Time to get real, reality TV aficionados. Welcome to the Georgio Says podcast. I'm your host, the one and only Georgio Takanakis, and I'm here serving you the juiciest updates on all your favorite reality shows weekly, as well as the hottest pop culture trends, and even exclusive interviews that will leave you wanting more. This podcast will keep you on the edge of your seat. We definitely need to talk about this. The Georgio Says podcast starts now.
Elevate your style and confidence with Taylor. They're on a mission to empower you to be your best self every day without the fuss over what to wear. Dive into curated, high-quality fashion rentals and say goodbye to clothing clutter. Own less, enjoy more, and play a part in fostering sustainable fashion and reducing waste. Unlock a world of style and simplicity. Use my special promo code Georgio Says for an exclusive 25% off your first month. Join Taylor.style today and make every connection count with your revitalized confidence and style. What is up, you guys? It's Thursday, that's right, and today has been such a great day so far, okay? First of all, we are going to break down the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 8 trailer because yes, it is just as good as I expected it to be, and then some. But yes, guys, we are diving right in. I'm going to break it all down for you. I'm going to tell you what I know, and I won't be recapping the OC finale on this episode because I will be recapping it on Besties by Bravo, Caitlin. I'll be on her podcast recapping it with her, so you guys should check that out when she drops that episode. But that's okay because that gives me all the time in the world to discuss this trailer. It was so funny. It was entertaining. It literally lived up to all of my expectations. I think a lot of us didn't know what to expect from season 8. And if any of you guys are new here, I will remind you that I was the person that broke the news on Juan and his mistress, and then that ended up kind of getting stitched in towards the end of season 7. So you may recall that whole situation, among other things that are going on with Juan. So a lot of people were upset that Robin was back for season 8, which I would expect her to come back because I would think that they would want to get to the bottom of this whole situation, because the way they had to wrap it up, it's because they literally wanted to like make sure it was captured for season 7. But I do think this season for her is, judging by the trailer, it's going to be a tough one for her. So, but I have to say, whoever comes up with the editing for these trailers for Potomac is a god or goddess, because the way that they start off this trailer is like almost like one of those like 90s sitcom shows, and it's like so funny, and they even have the fake audience laughter, and then they like play into what the trailer is, and then they go into the trailer, and it seems that, well, obviously we know Ashley is still legally married to Michael Darby at this point. So that comes up, obviously, because we know from last season, we found out that, you know, she wasn't going to be getting anything. Like, everyone thought, oh, yay, Ashley's going to, like, you know, she surpassed the time frame for the prenup before it becomes null and void. Well, apparently that wasn't the case, because Michael Darby is not dumb. And so she didn't seem like she was coming out of the deal with anything other than this house, which he has access to as far as we knew. So it does seem like it does come up again, because we also know that Michael Darby was suing Candiace for basically like defamation of character kind of situation. And that was towards the tail end of last season. I believe it was something that she said during the reunion. And so that obviously is going to be a point of contention between Candace and Ashley, which, you know what, these two I don't think are ever going to have an opportunity where there's not an issue where they're not able to be friends, which is hopefully like after this hiccup, like they can like move on, because I think they would be great friends on the show. Like I think if they paired together, they'd be like unstoppable. But nonetheless, so we definitely have that is going to be an issue, and definitely this season's probably going to focus in on the after Michael Darby, you know, kind of trying to figure out what's going on with Ashley is what I would gather. We do see in the trailer that Gizelle is sending her daughter to college, and so it seems like that's going to be a main storyline for her. It doesn't seem like there's anything from the trailer, at least, that involves Gizelle in any type of like major storyline. So, but you never know. This was just a trailer, so there's a ton more that I'm sure that I know was filmed, and I had seen things from people on the streets sending me pictures and telling me some tea on things. So I know there is a lot more to it, but I do not recall anything directly involving Gizelle. So it does seem like she's going to kind of be the messy one as per usual, and just kind of like, I guess they'll focus in more on her home life, hopefully, because I think that was something that was brought up too, that there's not a lot of her personal life really shown on the show. It's more about her kind of stirring the pot and being messy with the other ladies stuff. What else do we have? We have Mia, who seems to be, I guess, questioning her marriage, or she did question her marriage at some point, because we see in the trailer that she's talked about retaining a lawyer, which is a shock to her husband and shock to me, because I thought she was, but if you remember, they did have to move out of that house, and so there was an adjustment period for her. So I wonder if that kind of played into it. But she also says in the trailer, because she calls out Ashley at one point and says, so you basically married Michael for his money. And Ashley's like, well, so did you marry your husband for his money? And she's like, maybe I did. And it was just like, oh, wow. I mean, but honestly, is that shocking? I don't think that's shocking that Mia would have married her husband for his money. Like, I don't think if she saw him and he didn't have all that money, I don't think he would be as sexy and as interesting to her. I'm just saying. Same with Ashley, like, cut the shit. Like, let's be honest about why we got into the relationships we got into. The one thing I will say about Mia, though, is Mia's a little bit more transparent, like in that situation where she was like, she answered it honestly, like, maybe I did, It wasn't a complete yes. I think she means yes in her spirit, but at least that's better than pretending like that's not what you were doing when everyone knows that's clearly why you were doing it, because there's no other reason on earth why someone as gorgeous as Ashley would be with someone like Michael Darby. But that's a whole other podcast episode. What else do we have? And we have newbie to the group, Nneka, who is introduced by Ashley. Now, she was the one that was originally photographed meeting with Ashley very early on. There was a few photos floating around where she was seen having, I guess it was like lunch or drinks with Nneka. And it seems like Nneka's got some money. She's born into it, and she seems like she's going to be fun. We didn't get all too much about her in the trailer until the end. It seems like her and Wendy are going to have some sort of like, I don't know. They're definitely going to have an issue, and that will be very interesting because she brings up some things about Wendy's mom, maybe like praying to God during the day, but at night she's doing some other type of voodoo type of prayers. So I don't know what that's about, but that's going to be interesting. And clearly that's gotten Wendy activated. What else is going on? Obviously, Robin and the Juan situation. Juan's laundry list of things. The laundromat's being questioned. It seems like Gizelle's been put up to task of confronting Robyn on this. But you know what? I think that's the best person to do it. I think this is something that I was saying about last season. Had Robyn had this conversation with Gizelle, it A, definitely would have been used in the edit. B, it would have taken the spotlight off of what has transpired from my uncoverings. But yeah, like, I think that whole situation would have been diffused had she had just talked about it. But it seems like they're taking that advice for this coming season, because in the trailer, like I said, Gizelle is the one in the trailer seemingly bringing this all up and confronting Robyn, like, what is going on here? It's this, it's that, it's the laundromat, it's this girl, it's that girl. So that will be interesting. I wonder if Gizelle has to shift her dynamic around her and Robyn's relationship a little bit because of this situation, for the sake of continuing to do your job. Because obviously, if she didn't, I think it would be super clear that she's not going to, like, it would be something people would pick at. So I think it might be that we see a little bit of a shift. I don't think it's going to be a major shift, but I do think it's going to be a shift for the show, if you know what I'm saying. But so that'll be interesting. And then what else did we get in this trailer? It was just so funny. It was just entertaining. Karen and Robyn are definitely going to be going at it. Also, it seems like Karen and Mia are going to be going at it from what it seems like in the trailer. So looks like Karen is just kind of floating through the group, just letting everyone have it, which I always love to see. The Grand Dame is back, baby. I am so excited for this season. You have no idea. You have no idea how fantastic. I can just tell that when a trailer is, and not always, because, like, I'll say, me personally, I felt like the original Real Housewives of Orange County trailer came out and it really did no justice to what the season actually had. So it's not always about the trailer, but in these situations of Potomac, you know, they always do such a fantastic job with giving us such a great edit for trailer purposes. And it really gets us all excited because I've seen the comments. You guys are super duper excited about this season. You guys were highly entertained by that trailer, as was I. The ladies look absolutely amazing in their new photo ops for season 8. They are, like, I don't know. I think this group of women specifically have really made some magical TV, and I look forward to seeing where it goes from here because, you know, although some things may seem like they're the same, I do think at this point we're going to start to see some real shifts in some of the relationships. I don't think this season's going to be like any other, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm just saying that because I've had a couple little birdies tell me little things. So I'm very excited for the season, and I'm interested in understanding what we're going to see when it comes to what we saw at the end of the season when it was wrapping filming with that big fight. Is that going to be included? Because as we know, it was not filmed. That fight was not filmed for the show. So maybe they won't leave it in. They'll just talk about it and they'll just reference back to some of the footage that was shown online. But I honestly don't know. I guess we would have to see where that kind of plays itself out in the season, depending on the relationships. But we will watch over here for sure. We will recap, obviously. But you know what? It dawned on me, because if we have gotten the Potomac trailer today for their premiere, which is November 5th, we know that Beverly Hills is premiering on the 8th. So that means that next week we should be getting a trailer for Beverly Hills. Now that one's going to be an interesting trailer because people are a little up in the air. We've got the whole Kyle and Morgan and Mo situation, but that's about it, right? We don't know what else has really been going on in the 90210. So hopefully the trailer comes out next week, because that would make sense. If you're dropping a trailer for Potomac for November 5th now, then it should follow with the November 8th premiere of Beverly Hills. So we should absolutely get a trailer within the next week, hopefully. And I hope it's good, you guys. If it's not good, I'm going to be so disappointed. I don't want to put that out there, but I'm just saying, let's just hope that we just don't know anything and that what we don't know is really good TV type stuff that people just were good about not leaking. Here's hoping. All right, guys, I think that's all. I wanted to come on and talk about the Potomac trailer that dropped. I also wanted to remind you guys that I did do my recap on OC, the finale episode, on my TikTok and Instagram, but I'm doing the full extensive recap with Caitlin from Besties by Bravo on her podcast later today. So you'll need to check that episode out when she drops it. But yeah, the sun is out again today, guys. It's a little bit in and out, but I'll take it. It's not completely gray. It's not, sunny all day, but it's better than it has been. It is a little bit cooler, so it is starting to get I'm starting to really feel the fall vibes, and I am excited for that. But before I leave you guys today, I will just give you guys the same reminders I always give you. If you're not following me on TikTok or Instagram at Georgio Says, you're missing out, my friends, because I go there first to drop all the Bravo celebrity news and do all the recaps. So head on over there and follow me on both of those platforms, or one or the other, which some people are just not a TikTok platform person. They prefer Instagram. Either way, it's at Georgio Says. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's okay. You still have time to subscribe. You can subscribe to get the rumors. But don't forget to hit the notification bell when you subscribe so that you know when I upload. And if you're watching me on Spotify, hello. And if you're listening to me, thank you so much. And wherever you're listening to me from, if you guys feel obliged and you love this podcast and you want to leave me a 5-star review, that would greatly help my podcast. What else? Yes, Taylor.style. You guys, if you have a man in your life or you're a guy that listens to my podcast, please check them out. Taylor.style. They are the #1 pick from GQ for men's rental subscription styling services. They are powered by AI, which I do love some AI over here. So I absolutely love it. I just sent back my first shipment of 5 items, and I'm going to be getting my second shipment of 5 items for this month shortly, and I will definitely share that with you. But if you guys want to check them out, you can get 25% off your first month subscription. Just use my promo code Georgio Says. But yeah, tomorrow's Friday, so that's a great thing. We've made it to the end of the week, and I guess today's Thirsty Thursday. So if you guys are gonna have a Thirsty Thursday, if you're having a happy hour, if you're going out tonight, stay safe. And until the next episode, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.